All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, Akim, out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is a GMS Louisiana Saints camp with another sit down. I'm just going to get straight into it. A topic that's always worth going into is on you 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans whose wickedness has surpassed that even of the wicked. I mean, it's despicable. Like, I can only imagine brothers that have been in this truth for 5 to 10 years, damn, even 15 to 30 years. They must just be ready to pounce on you, Jakes, and stomp your fucking head in, because I'm starting to feel that way, and I'm still a babe in this thing. It's like you go out any day, you go to the gas station, you go to the store, what have you. Always see some Jake that's always janky, always messed up with a whited over eye, just some old bag who's ready to die. You got these whorish women who have every color under the sun for their hair. They got that musty girdle, their belly sticking out. They got one kid with them with another kid in their belly. And then you got these young Jakes out here who you know are on a highway to hell. They've got no hope to look forward to. They're just going to be cannon fodder during Jacob's trouble. And you Jakes love to have it so. I got a precept I'm going to start it off with in Isaiah 5:20. Woe or destruction unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. You Jakes do anything that's opposite to righteousness, especially the righteousness we're trying to tell you Jakes to adhere by. You'll go out of your way to mock us for it. Or don't eat pork. You'll eat pork in front of us. Or don't commit adultery. You'll make a show of it. Oh, I can get this many women. Oh, Mr. Steal Your Girl. All that BS. It's just complete madness. Oh, don't go around these so-called Edomites. These Edomites, these so-called white people. You Jakes will make an example. It's like, oh, look at them. The white man's the devil, while they got their Edomite friend next to him, grabbing him and be like, oh, having a good laugh about it.
And that's especially in the hood, for that verse, the scripture you just brought out, because in the hood, like, anybody that's known for doing the most wickedness in the hood is brought up to a higher state they looked up to, like, for as drug dealers.
That's the alpha male.
For as for as drug dealing, for as killing, for as adultery. They all lifted up in the high state. They're looked at as good, just like with the pork.
Hey, a good example is Nicki Minaj. The man she's dealing with now is he's a killer and he's a convicted pedophile, but she's putting him up like she hit the jackpot.
Right. And that's the same thing in these neighborhoods where Jake roam at. Like, even with pork, you be like, you eat pork, you like, oh, you're a Muslim, which is, oh, well, I'm gonna eat pork. They look at it like you're doing something bad just because you stop eating pork, and they're just looking at it like, who you think you is?
Think you better than me?
Yeah.
Only God can judge me. Well, he is going to judge you. This is verse 21. Woe or destruction again unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Oh, only God can judge me. Attitude. Verse 22. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength that mingle strong drink. And all these other wicked ass philosophies out here. And you'll go full bore for it. You'll go full bore for gangster culture. You'll go full bore for Hotep, putting the woman as a god, being a simp. Just complete madness. That's why... Kemet, all that bullshit.
Got your precept.
Khan.
This is Ecclesiastes 10 verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity.
In great dignity. And when you think of the word dignity, you think of like the cream of the crop, the upper echelon, a dignified person, somebody who's held up to a high estate.
A man of integrity, supposedly, you know. And the rich sit in a low place. We're the rich. We're telling them don't eat pork. You know, they look at us with these garments and shit, and mock us and scoff us. All right, we're a proverb amongst them. But we're the rich because we have this knowledge. That's what makes us rich. We are immortals amongst men. But in this society, we're the downtrodden. We're put in a low place, man.
In Revelation, it tells you how we the rich. Yeah, we probably in poverty, but our spirits is rich.
Because of this knowledge we have. He said that's when you talk about Revelation the 3rd chapter. And and the reason he say, but you are rich. He said, I know your poverty and your tribulation, but you are rich. And when he was talking about what is wisdom above, he said, cherish wisdom above fine gold. All right, so we have this gold, man. We have this plutonium, this platinum. All right, we have these diamonds. The scriptures say a good name is far above rubies. You get a good name is when you're covered in wisdom, man. And that's what makes us rich. You got it, bro. I got you another precept too. All right, this is 1 Corinthians 16. It's for these niggas. And 22. If any man love not the Mashiach Yahushua the Anointed, let him be anathema marantha. That's the one I was talking about. And that means let him be a curse, man. That's Paul putting curses on niggas, man. When you look at that word, that means to be cursed. Cursed be the nigga that don't receive this truth, man. Because this truth is what wakes you, it quickens, the spirit quickens you.
It helps you to get out these curses.
And it makes you sound, because we are when you metaphorically speak it, and you read Isaiah, the 1st chapter, it say we have no soundness, we have putrefying sores. All right, when you read that in Luke 16, it say Lazarus, that was talking about Israel. He had sores that the dogs came and licked. And our great king said he came for those that was in need of a physician. All right, he came to make us whole, and this truth makes us whole. Now, when you reject this truth, all right, you're a dead corpse, man. You're a dead corpse. You're a dead man walking, and you're cursed. You got it,
and rightfully so.
Yeah, like what he's saying. Like the ones who didn't curse, they already sick, but we got the knowledge of this, and we didn't got healed, but they didn't got sick, and they rejected it, so they died.
And it's even, and they're just waxing worse and worse. This is real quick in Isaiah 1 and 5. Why should ye be stricken any more?
More and more.
Jake, why should you be stricken any? You can see,
goodness.
There's no way out of this except through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Yahushai HaMashiach. But you fail, and you continue to fail to hearken unto him. That's why you're going to get that curse.
And like a dog with God particle. And, you know, when you seeing this dying, you just be like, damn, you might as well just put it out of its misery. Just kill it.
That's a lot of you, Jakes.
That's right. Hey, that's a beautiful analogy. No, that's how Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai look at it. Like, be like when you walk and the dog, he's on his last stage of heartworms. Edom, what do Edom do when they dogs see they come on, let's go get them euthanized? All right, that's how the Most High looks at these 2/3, man. Put them down. It's best to kill them. They are rabid dogs. What do you do with a rabid dog? Do you try to heal it? Do you try to give it antibiotics? He's done. Once he got rabies, he's done. There's no shaking him back. Okay? And that's how the Most High look at 2/3 of our people as rabid dogs. You just got to get put down, man. But as a man of the Lord, when you come out of this murky mire, you have to learn to separate yourself from them. Because the word holy means to be ye separate. Okay? So you have to learn how to separate yourself from niggas, man. Because, all right, you can't roll in the mud with pigs and don't get abominable filth on you, man. You hang with a nigga, you might go a season with him not burning you, but he gonna burn you. Hey, he's eventually going to burn you. All right, and the ultimate double cross is gonna be when that chip is implemented. And if you're a man of the Lord, and this devil put out the decree, anybody that know what those Hebrew Israelites is, we're gonna have a bounty on their head, and then when they're gonna get paid to turn you in, man. So you need to be separating from family, just all niggas. Because you got a lot of your family. Our families are full of niggas, and we have connections to them. You know, we love biological family. You have to learn to get away from that shit, man. And right now is the time to be purging yourself from it. You got it, brother. You have Salaki. You got biological family right now that's gonna tell you they love you. That's gonna tell you they die for you. And when they put you on the motherfucking TV screen, CNN Live, say Barakia, then put over his head $2 million bounty.
They're gonna have your government name and your Barack in quotes right under.
They're gonna have, come on, they're gonna have your government name.
They're gonna be surrounding my house just like they did in Sodom and Gomorrah trying to get the two angels.
But no, these niggas not gonna be able to get to you. Your family would. Your family is the one. Your biological family. Them gonna be the one anonymous. Oh, give this anonymous tip, and it leads to the conviction of so and such. And so your family gonna give you up, man.
Hey, I've thought about this countless nights. When they come for me, I'm gonna ask them. So who was the one that sold me out? Yeah. That's the first time I ask them. And you know Esau's not gonna give a shit. He's gonna tell you.
No, like, Esau's gonna tell you. Mm-hmm. He be telling them niggas that do get rawed out, them dope dealers and shit. When they get ratted on, they tell them who ratted on them. They tell them.
That's why they put it on those documents.
Mm-hmm. They tell them who, when they get ratted on, they know who be ratted on. Esau's gonna tell you.
It's documented.
But if I could say real quick with your analogy about putting a sick dog to death, when you're not in this truth, you refer to as a brute beast in the scriptures, and in the law it says if you got a bull that gores somebody with its horns, you got to put it to death because it's not going to learn, and the person who it puts to death is going to be on your hands. So that's how the Most High looks at it. He's got to put these brute beasts to death. And back in Isaiah 1:5, it says, "Ye will revolt more and more." Going back to those animals that gore with their horns, they're not going to get right. So they just need that quick. I wouldn't say painless. They deserve a painful death, but just that quick death. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart or mind is faint. But back in Isaiah 5, I'm going to go to 23, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. As his brother just said, in the hood, the most down dirty Jake out there is a king in society. He's the one getting the most women with all these bastard children out here, because that's exactly how Esau wanted. That's why he puts that image out there to program the people, because Esau knows how to destroy society. He knows that with the woman being the weaker vessel, he goes after her and shows her what man that she should go after. And think of a woman like a computer. You have to put in a program for it to go to whatever document you want to use, because a woman's not designed to think critically or abstractly. She's just designed to be a follower.
Use emotions. And a woman just goes after power. Esau's in the power seat, so she sees he's bearing rule. He has the power to lift you up and to bring you down in this kingdom of men, in this cosmos of men. All right, the Most High still gives him that power to do it, but she's looking at it and and what he says is right in her eyes, and what he says is wrong in her eyes, and she can't differentiate that everything he say is right and wrong is at total enmity with the scriptures of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, and that's why the majority of them are gonna get put down like rabid dogs.
Hey. They justify the wicked with that reward of that box, and Jake likes to pop everything, so Jake's naturally going to follow after what can get him the most box. So point blank.
Thinking what you did gonna get you killed in these last days. I got you a precept.
They get you fucked in these days without being put to death.
This is Galatians chapter 6 verse 16. As many as walk according to this rule, peace be upon them, and mercy upon the Israelite of Yahweh, the Yasharalite of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man.
The Israel of the Most High.
Israel of the Most High.
Not the Israel of this world. And that's gonna be a very small number.
Men. The only men you can hang with, man. The only men you could be yoked with is the Israel of the Most High, because according to Romans 9:6, I was about to go get it, but according to Romans 9:6, everybody of Israel is not of Israel. All right, amongst our people are found wicked men. All right, the scriptures say don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. So you got to learn how to be separate. You have to be separate from these Neanderthals. Spiritually, they're Neanderthals. Spiritually, 2/3 of our people are Edomites. They have the Edomite mindset. So they're degenerate fucking Edomites. And what does light have with darkness? What are you hanging and riding in the car with this guy for? What is you sitting in your house playing the PlayStation with this guy for? All right? The Most High's not dealing with that shit, man. All right. Now, business and commerce, the scripture says, if it be possible, get along with all men. When it come to us, we deal with them for business and commerce, you know. But just sitting there shooting a shit with a nigga, what we gonna talk about? What we gonna talk about? Huh?
Not a damn
All right,
thing.
we can talk about sport. We can talk about vain things, sports, hip hop. That shit starts hurting my head after a while.
Because it's vanity.
I want to talk about dominion. I want to talk about flying in the solar system. I want to talk about going from realm to realm, planet to planet, man.
Yeah,
I want to talk about who we were just talking about the movie what's his name?
Avengers.
No, what's his dude name?
Thanos.
With Thanos, I want to get on some Thanos shit, throwing power out of my hands like shh, and ice and fire coming out my hands and shit, man.
Thanos was a man of conviction. He followed his plan through he put his daughter to death to get what he wanted.
Yeah.
That's the spirit of a man of the Lord, because you're gonna find yourself in that situation.
Mm-hmm. And his daughter was of the world. She was of the universe. You know,
she was with the Edomite in the movie.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got brothers out here, brothers amongst the flock, you just hanging with niggas in your spare time, man. That gets in you, man. I'm telling you, unconsciously, those spirits get in. You ride with a guy. You don't smoke, but he smokes. You just ride in the car around with him. You don't have to smoke. It's just his vibration. You and his vibration is supposed to be at variance. You're not supposed to be
like a magnet.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be cool, you know. Like I picked up. I'm gonna tell you, I got a 2/3 cousin. I picked him up the other day. He called me to give him a ride. This is my cousin, my first cousin, day one, kindergarten, before kindergarten. All right, we were first cousin. My mom and his mom are sisters. He's a bona fide nigger. Okay. He's a always in out of jail ass nigga, all right? But I still got love for him. You know, he ain't never double crossed me. But while I'm picking him up, taking him to run some errands, it's just like the conversation. Yeah, man, I'm gonna get that bitch. I'm gonna fuck that hoe in the ass. I'm like, man, she got all this pussy, all this mouth. Why do you have to go where she defecates? I'm just telling you. Like, just whenever he'll change the topic. Yeah, man, I got to get the Draco, man. Nigga come around here, I'm going to just shoot that bitch up. I'm like, why you... Yeah, all right, if we talk about blood, guts, and octane and killer, but why do we got to be somebody look like you? Why we can't kill the so-called white man?
Oh, no.
Why we have to be talking about genocide? Well, why we can't, when we go to the fucking Yang store, they and they're shitting on us? Why we can't go in there, if we gonna be on some nigga shit, let's go run in and overtake Moab in his fucking store, man. He in our fucking so-called neighborhood. But everything is just degeneracy, man. Just every topic he brought up was just say, man, let me get her up and get this dude fucking home. It's just like,
it's disgusting.
You got that biological love, but it was just like, I just couldn't stand to hear everything he was talking about, man. It's just
nothing to talk
that
about.
Spirit, bro. It's just that spirit.
Elder Ariala at the GMS Dallas camp did a beautiful video talking about pretty much not being double-minded in this society. Like, just stick to the truth. Yeah, you'll have your things that you watch outside of the truth that you deal with, but you don't want to get double-minded in this thing. Start getting that doubt. And with the vibrations of dealing with these 2/3, you can definitely start to get that doubt with you if you start getting immersed in it more and more. It's a very spiritual battle out here with things you can't see with the eye, with the carnal eye.
I got your precept. This is what I want. 2 Corinthians 6:14. All right, and it reads, "Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness?"
Not a damn thing. Because that's the quickest thing that'll get you caught up in something you don't want to get caught up in.
Mm-hmm. And what communion have light with darkness? All right, this is light. When we around the niggas and we start talking about the radio frequency identification chip, all hell breaking loose. All right. Have you ever talked to a nigga and bought that out? You don't see that.